Hi, I've been meaning to record this video for quite a while, and I've been procrastinating it a lot. And to be fair, I've actually got quite a bit of stuff done in the last few days. But regardless, I needed to record this a lot sooner. But long story short, I'm go yeah I'm currently living in Porto for a month. If you don't already follow me on TikTok, you'll know. Well, you won't know that I'm living in Porto for the next month, and I've done that one because I'm young and I just wanted to kind of like travel the world and do stuff, and I was getting bored of sitting at home playing tennis, and just like living that same cycle every single day. So I've come to Porto. I'm not going to be playing tennis while I'm here, but what I'm doing is kind of exploring the culture, but also I've come here to work. I've come here to get my head down because there's so many distractions at home. And if you live at home, you'll know that there's like millions of distractions, like wherever you look. Like you've got your mum, you've got your dad, you've got job, this job, that job, your friends asking you to come out, this and everything. There's a million distractions, and obviously you can say no to a lot of them. You can't really say no to your parents, but there's so many distractions. Whereas when you're here, it's just you, and you can choose what you want to do. And maybe you might have obligations online, but yeah. So the reason I've come here, the main reason is I think you work best when you put your back against the wall, right? If I sit at home every day, if I don't pay the rent that I owe my parents, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I'm still going to have a home. They're not going to kick me out and make me go homeless for the next month because I haven't paid a month's rent, you know? So there's always that sense of comfort. It's like if you don't do anything that month, there's nothing as bad is going to happen to you. You've got your loving parents. Well, if you're lucky enough to have parents that you can live with, you've got food in the fridge, you've got food you can eat. If you literally didn't earn $1 for the next 12 months, you're not going to die. You're still going to have a home to live in. Obviously, your parents are going to be pretty disappointed in you, but that's always in the back of your mind. And you're like, yeah, there's always an excuse because you're still going to be living regardless. Whereas if you come out and you put your back against the wall and you live on your own in a country where you don't speak the language, I'm not saying that you have to do that, but just live on your own terms where you have to pay your own bills. If you put your back against the wall, you work so much better because you don't have that comfort. You're not in that comfort zone of everything's going to get paid for you no matter whether you do the work or not, right? So you've always got that obligation to do something. And say you were to run out of money and you were living on the other side of the planet, you didn't have anyone to contact to give you money, you would find a way to live in that situation. You'd find a way to get that money, no matter what it took. You'd find that money. You'd find a way to survive that scenario, no matter what it is, right? Because there's no other way of doing it. Whereas if you're sat at home every day, you can literally just like not do anything, and in that scenario, and you're not going to die. You're like, it's fine, and that's always on your subconscious mind, I feel. So as I say, the best way to work is to put your back against the wall. And I think most 99.9% of people procrastinate a lot of things. And no matter how many self-help books you read, nothing happens until you take action. So I've come out here and I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to do what I can do. And I've started posting on TikTok literally, last night, today. I started posting on TikTok. I have a plan with TikTok to an extent. I know what audience I want to build, but the best way of doing it is I want to build the habit of uploading to TikTok. I don't want to be a perfectionist, be like, this video can be better, and just procrastinate more and more because I've already done that. I've already done that for fucking years. So I've come out here, and what I've noticed when I've come out here and put my back against the wall is you get a lot more stuff done, right? Because you're not in your comfort zone anymore. You're in a completely different environment. Therefore, your habits kind of change. If you were to come out here or just go anywhere on your own or just with friends, you'll find that your habits do change, I think, because you're in a different environment. You're living on your own terms, and you get a lot more shit done. So that's why I'm here. Anyway, enough of the waffling. The reason I've made this video is because, as I say, I've procrastinated a lot. And yes, I've got stuff done. Yes, I've come out here, whatever. But I know that I could be so much more than I currently am. And if I get to the age of 80, 70, 60, 50, maybe even younger than that, and I've got kids, or I'm sat on my deathbed or whatever it may be, and I look back on my life and I think to myself, fuck, there were all these things that I wanted to do and I wanted to accomplish. Shit's coming up on my computer. There was so much stuff that I wanted to accomplish in my life, yet I can't do it anymore because I'm about to die, or I've got kids now, and obviously that's an excuse. I mean, there's always ways that you can kind of like work around your kids, whether that be when they're at school, or there's 16 hours in a day, right? And you want to spend the most amount of time with your kids. I'll be honest, I'm going on tangents here, but I think about having kids every single day. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think about having like kids a lot, and I think about the best way of bringing them up and the best way of teaching them things, and just being the best dad I can. And it then leads me on to being like, right, if I want to be the best dad I can, I want to have as much time as I can have for my kids, to which at that point, I don't want to be tied down to a job that I have to attend to every single day. And I know that might sound naive, especially coming from a 20-year-old. You're like, well, just be normal, just get a job like everyone else can do it. But it comes in a sense of, you only live on this planet once, and like, yes, you can take the easy route and get a job like that. That's fine. And yeah, I understand that point of view, but you're only on this planet once, so you may as well make the most of it as you can, right? And I'm only 20, so we've got years to go. But I just think that I'm wasting so much time at the moment, and there's so many things that I want to achieve. And if I get to the age where I want to like retire, and well, not retire, but I'm on the age of my deathbed, around that kind of age, and I look back on my life and I'm like, fuck, I wanted to do this, 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 I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have done this, but I can't. You just simply can't, because you're on your deathbed, you're about to die, there's nothing you can do, right? So I think about that and I'm like, okay, what can I do now that's going to change that? And I'm like, when I'm on my deathbed, I'm like, right, I was the best version of myself, or I at least tried at the things that I wanted to do, and not sit there and be like, no, I could have done this. I was like, I tried at this, I did this, I tried this. Because if you can keep going at something for a long period of time, you're going to get success from it, no matter what it is, right? And I've kind of found this out. I might only be 20, but I mean, I was what, 17? I think I was like 16, 17, and I was like, sounds egotistical, but I was the biggest social media manager in the whole of Fortnite, like. And that's not, it's not egotistical to say that, because it's true. And I know it sounds so fucked to say, because I hate being egotistical, and I just hate it because it's not me. But I achieved that by, first of all, getting my foot through the door before everyone else, which is why some people are more successful at stuff like drop shipping and other things, because I got my foot in the door before everyone else. And yes, it wasn't intentional, but once I realized the scalability of it, I was running like 20 different Fortnite player accounts. I'm going to turn the mic down quickly. I was running like 20 Fortnite player accounts every day. I was posting to 20 Instagram accounts every single day. And this was before TikTok was a thing. To which I got a reputation on Twitter for being the social media manager, right? And I think I almost got my foot through the door before anyone else. And that whole really scene, like social media scene, no one kind of did it in esports until I did it. I mean, people did it, don't get me wrong. Obviously they did it. But to the scale that I kind of did it, like the way that I kind of did it. So it sounds egotistical, but it's true. And people kind of picked up on that. And that's how every industry goes. It's like there's the first people who get their foot through the door first. And then everyone else kind of picks up on that. It's like, oh shit, this is successful. This is a way I can make money. Okay, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing this. And then at some point there was like 100 social media managers in the Fortnite community. And I was, I mean, it sounds egotistical again, but I was like the top. I was like the guy. There was a few, like 3 of us, but I kind of like started it with another guy called Brady. And yeah, So I'm just looking back on that and I'm like, fuck, I was like 16 and there was 1 month where I made like 4, 5, 6 grand in a month. And I was like 16 and now I'm what, 4 years later. And if I'd scaled that with a brain, and I'm not saying I have that brain now, I definitely don't, but I know a lot more things now than I did then. I could have been making so much money now and then consistently, but I kind of like let it go. I was lazy. I just wanted to play Fortnite all day. It was COVID. I was 16. I didn't really have much drive to do anything. I wasn't following like this motivational stuff that I kind of am on, like say Twitter and shit now. So it's made me think. It's like, fuck. If I was doing that then, why can't I do that now? So I've kind of made this series, this thing, as a way of getting my foot across the line, and yes, discipline is good and you want to have discipline, but also I can use this as a way of keeping myself accountable for all this shit, because if I'm making these videos every day, I'm going to feel like obliged to do all the things that I say I'm going to do, and I won't lie to myself as much. I feel like I'll pick up a lot more habits, and I've already done that since I'm moving out here, but I'm like, I want to start uploading, and the best way to start uploading is, rather than being a perfectionist, is to just fucking start, rather than not doing anything for another like 5 months and be like, no, yeah, then I might start. I might not even fucking start in 5 months. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just start fucking posting now. So yeah, here we are. I'm making this series. I'm going to be uploading 1 video every single day, updating my journey to 10k a month, because I know I can do it, because as I say, I'm making 6k a month at the age of 16. Well, not a month, but there was 1 month where I did 6k in a month and I was 16. So why can't I do that again now? I don't know. There isn't a reason why I can't. And it feels like I've been talking for a lot more than 11 minutes, 12 minutes in fact, but yeah, that's my kind of take on all of this, and yeah, there's a reason why I'm making this series, and I've explained that. But people are probably going to be thinking like, "Fuck, Ollie, mate, it's not easy to make 10k a month," and I know it's not fucking easy. If everything was fucking easy, everyone would fucking do it, right? So I don't know how long this series is going to take. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to be recording half of these videos from. I could be on a beach. I know I'm going to be on a beach or in town, in random fucking places in a few weeks, because there's nowhere else for me to do it. But we'll get there when we get to it. But I'm making this series, and I will upload a video every single day, no matter how long it is. I'll just update stuff. But I feel like if I'm doing this, I'll be like, fuck, right, I'm gonna make the most of this day. I want this series to end as quick as I fucking can. But if I post this, it's better than posting nothing. And there's not to mean that I'm not going to upload YouTube videos at all. And these are going to be the only ones I upload, because I recorded 2 videos back when I was at home, and I've procrastinated uploading them because perfectionism again. So I'm sat here right now and I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna upload. So that's what I've done on TikTok. That's what I'm gonna do on here, and it's gonna hold me accountable. And yeah, but obviously I want this series to be over as soon as I can. So that's the whole point of the series. The quicker I can do it, the better. But you obviously want it to be sustainable. So yeah. So yeah, I want to say I can't actually remember the guy I got the idea of this series from, but I saw it on Twitter, because there's a shit ton of people that I follow on Twitter. I'm going to find it right now. I just want to say a massive shout out to him, because he's going to see this series at some point. He definitely will, and he's going to be like, "You're fucking copying me." And I was like, "Yeah, well, it's not like he's copyrighted this series, but I've definitely copied this guy of this idea, and he's doing 0 to 100k. I'm going to do 0 to 10k a month, because yeah, I feel like this series is definitely, it's going to hold me accountable, but not only that, it's going to build my channel. And once I do get to 10k a month, then there's a storyline to go with it, right? And I'm going to have all of this shit in the backlog for when I actually do hit that. And once I do hit that, I've then got the money to invest in uploading consistent videos to which I can upload videos which are better production quality than this. They'll grow my personal brand, they'll grow my channel, and they'll grow my net worth. So that's why I'm sat here right now. But yeah, it is a bit of a lie for me to say that I'm at 0 to 10k a month, but I can't put this number, the current figure to 10k a month, because that it doesn't look as good. So I'm gonna say 0. But regardless, yeah, it keeps me accountable. I think it will motivate the other guys that I work with as well, and me to do things that I want to do. So yeah, the guy that I got inspiration to do these videos from, his videos are 35 minutes long, and well, around that, 25, 35. Now I kind of feel obliged to make the introduction video as long as that, but I don't need to, but I feel like I probably still will. I'll keep thinking of things to talk about. But the main thing is that the most people are going to see this series and be like, fuck you, mate, Ollie, you're not going to fucking hold this up for the next however fucking long it's going to take me to get to this point. And to that I say, fuck you, because now that I've uploaded this, if I don't keep it up, then I look like a fucking pussy. So I've got to keep it up, man. But yeah, I know that 10k a month isn't an easy goal to get to, but it's possible. People have done it, and if they can do it, why can't I do it? And I think that's what a lot of people, if you're watching this or not, should think as well. So yeah, just I'm gonna be sat in the same chair most likely every night and get to where I'm gonna get to. But again, 10k a month isn't an easy fucking target at all. I mean, I'd be content if I was getting half of that every single month consistently. But if you get content and lazy and stagnant with stuff, then stuff's gonna fall off, or you're never gonna get to anywhere. So getting a bit of momentum, and the snowball's gonna keep rolling, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's my duty to stay consistent with this stuff. So yeah, if I don't do this now, then it's going to get later and later in my life, and I've got the knowledge now, and I've got the understanding now that in a few years' time I'm going to look back in my life and be like, why the fuck didn't I start then? Why am I starting again now? And I'm going to keep that cycle going again. And I've already gone through like 4 years of that cycle. So here we go. But yeah, for you to get an understanding of where I'm going to kind of go with this, because I'm going to have to update you guys along the way somewhat. I've currently got influencer marketing agency, so that consists of running influencers' social medias, also running marketing brand deal campaigns with brands and influencers, so middlemaning that. I've also got TikTok, so my personal TikTok, which yes only has 600 followers, but I know how to leverage a brand and as well as grow one, so I'm going to be doing that. And this YouTube channel, which I'm going to upload other videos which isn't this series on here as well. And I've also got a TikTok account where I just post clips, because if you've been living under a rock and haven't seen the amount of money that people are making from the TikTok Creator Fund, well, the creative program or creativity program, then if you can amass 1 million views on $1 RPM, which is a completely possible on this new TikTok program, then the possibilities are endless. Like if you've got $1 and you get 1 million views, $1 RPM, so that's revenue per milli, which a milli translates to 1,000 in Latin. If you can get 1 million views with that, then you've got yourself $1,000. So yeah, that's what I'm currently got going for me. I will update you guys as we go along, but yeah, I'm currently in this country on my own. I've got a friend coming in. Well, on Wednesday. It's currently Friday night, so obviously I've got a really exciting Friday night going on it. But yeah, my friend's coming on Wednesday. I'm still gonna upload these videos. I have to. I can't break the streak. It's gonna be hard. I don't know where or when I'm gonna do it. I might do it in the morning. I might do it in the evening. I'll probably do it in the evening. But I'll find time to do it. It doesn't have to be long, but it will be an update. Because I've got to stay consistent. Because if I miss one day, then I can allow myself to keep missing days, and then that's how it all spirals off. And the train falls off the tracks. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this stuff going, and I recommend you guys do the same, because otherwise you're gonna have the same problem as me, no matter how old you are. And I imagine all of you have experienced this anyway, but you say to yourself that you're going to do something, then you don't do it, and then you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, and then I'll do it tomorrow, but there is no fucking tomorrow, because tomorrow is then today, and you don't do anything again that day, and then 4 years passes by, and then you're 24, you're 25, you're 26, you're like, shit, why didn't I start this 6 years ago? And then that keeps going on, and I feel like a lot of people have this in their lives, where they just say they're going to do something, and then they're too lazy to do it the next day, and yeah, they just simply don't do it, because they're just too lazy to actually do the work when it comes. And I've had that same fucking problem. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I've had the same problem for years and months and days and weeks or whatever. And I think the core principle behind that issue is simply everyone's addiction to dopamine. Like, genuinely, I think that is the problem. People get so distracted from doing any menial task. If you have to write a document, or you've got to do this. You know what you've got to do. You know the hard things that you've got to do. I've got hair falling out. You know the hard things that you've got to do, right? But you don't do them because you just don't. You're too lazy. And it's much easier to pick up your phone. I would pick up my phone, but it's currently recording my face right now. But it's much easier to pick up your phone and scroll through TikTok or Instagram, or you watch a YouTube video, than it is to actually get through that wall of procrastination, that wall of resistance, and actually upload a video, or write that document, or make that website, or find those emails. And if my colleagues are watching this video right now, they know that I've had this problem, and I'm sure they have the same problem. In fact, I know they have the same problem. They're probably going to sit there and be like, nah, I don't have that problem. But every one of us has had that same problem, and I'm not saying it's stopping today, because it's probably fucking not. It doesn't just stop like that. But the mentality shift starts what is a snowball, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So if I can keep doing this, then we're going to get somewhere. And I'm sure this will motivate the other guys. I think I've already said that, but yeah. But that's where I'm at, and yeah, I've got things I want to achieve, and I'm sure you do too. So rather than sitting there in my own head trying to force myself to do things, I'm going to have to still do that, but also I've got to deliver for you guys and you guys watching this. Otherwise, I'm going to make myself look like a prick. So I'm going to see progress, and I know exactly what I've got to do. But I keep putting it off, and I keep getting up late, and I keep being a bitch, and it's not even late right now. It is currently, I don't have my watch on. It's upside down. It is currently 11:15. So yeah, just made food. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to edit a few more TikToks and then upload them. But yeah, tomorrow I've got to record some stuff, and then outreach starts again. So this is for brands, but we'll keep you updated as we go. And yeah, the guys watching this, I don't know. I don't know if they want me to do the series or not, but I think for the benefit of all of us, I think this is going to benefit us significantly. So I think yeah, because stuff's going to get fucking done now, and yeah, I don't think many people are going to be watching this the whole way through. I'm just making this for myself, but also something to look back on, and also a reason for me to keep fucking going. Someone's talking outside, whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I will be back tomorrow. This is the introduction. This is the introduction, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Saturday. I'm starting this on a Friday. I was saying to myself a bit, I would be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to upload this on Monday. I'm going to start this on Monday. But who the fuck gives a fuck, mate? Who cares? Weekend's bullshit, especially when I'm living in a fucking country on my own. Yes, tomorrow I'm going to watch the Wales-Argentina match. Of course I fucking am. Of course I am. Of course I have to watch that shit. I think Ireland are playing New Zealand, so I'll probably have that on in the background too, but with a bit less interest into that. But yeah, there's things I want to. Obviously, I'm still going to watch. I still have to watch. I'm still going to watch certain things. There's 16 hours in a day. I just want to use my time more intentionally, and this will allow me to do that. And I feel like I've just been going on about the same points again and again and again. But I know that this is going to be somewhat painful. I know that. And nothing comes without pain. No pain, no gain. Sounds fucking cringe. It is cringe, but it's true. And you've got to force yourself to do the hard things. And I know this is going to get painful, and I know I'm going to want to quit, but as long as I show up, even if the video is a minute long, I've shown up. And that is the main part. That is the main part of all of it. So I know what I've got to do. It's going to consist of a to-do list, a very long to-do list, and actually promising myself and not lying to myself and getting those things done every day. But not to say that I'm not going to go outside and actually live in this city, because if I don't do that, then it kind of defeats the point that I'm here. So I've got to balance both things. But hard work is more important than anything. And even if I can get 8 hours of hard work in a day, that still gives me 6. Gives me 8 hours. I'm on about 16 hours in a day. That's why I said 6. Gives me another 8 hours to like chill. And even in those 8 hours, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I should probably be working a bit more. But I need to allow myself a bit of time to fucking sit there and be like, you know what, actually, Ollie, you can have a little sit down, man. But regardless, I'm gonna be working long shifts, man. It's gonna take a lot of mental fortitude, but I'll get there. And yeah, anyway, this is the first video of the series. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I've got quite a nice setup here, but yeah, I've got camera on a tripod there. It's a little mini tripod, and then I've got my laptop here, and my camera is streaming to my laptop as the camera for my laptop, so I can see my face on my laptop while I'm talking to the camera. But no one gives a fuck. Yeah, if you're not already, please feel free to follow me on TikTok. I think I've automated the link in my bio, so follow me on there, and on Twitter as well. Twitter, follow me on there, and Instagram. Just fucking follow me on everything, man. But this is day one. I know exactly what I've got to do, and I'm sure you guys do too. So you can join this journey with me. Anyway, thank you for watching. The reason I've got my hood up is because I've had a shower. You know, if I take it down, my hair looks absolutely awful. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And it's going to consist of getting my work done and putting my back against the wall, because I've got goals I want to accomplish. I've got kids I want to one day I've got kids that I want to have them live the best life that they possibly can, but not spoil them too much, because if they do that, they're going to feel inclined to everything, and that's not the good way you want to live. You want to strike a balance, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm only 20. I've got goals I want to achieve. I want places I want to visit. I've got things I want to do. Stuff I want to own, but I'm not very materialistic. I mean, I've literally had this hoodie for like 4 years, and I still wear it every day. I don't wear designer clothes, don't wear anything. I literally wear white Vans with white socks. Usually, that's my day-to-day kind of shoes. It might sound a bit dodgy, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not materialistic, but I wouldn't mind a white Porsche, and I'm sure a lot of guys wouldn't mind the nice car. But then, I mean, that's been my dream car for the last 20 years of my life. A white Porsche ever since. It's just always been my dream car. I don't know why, but I can't remember myself ever wanting any car other than a white Porsche. So this series is another way that I'm going to get to that goal. But before anything else, before I buy materialistic things, I want to keep myself financially free to be able to travel and do anything that I want to do, and not tie myself down. And not buy anything that's dumb, because I'm still talking. I mean, who cares? There's no fucking expectations on this. If you buy stuff, say you buy a car on finance, right? Or you buy a mortgage. You get a mortgage at a young age. And the mortgage is however much, right? You've then got to be making that amount of money every month to be able to pay that back, and you tie yourself down until that is paid off, right? Like you tie yourself down until that's paid off. So I'm not looking to tie myself down in any means. I'm just gonna go as we go. And I thought, again, if you pay for that mortgage, you sign that deal for that mortgage, you then tied yourself down until that mortgage is paid off, right? You've got to keep paying that bill every month. So you've got to then be working to pay that bill, or any mortgage, even if you get a cheaper house, whatever. You've then got to keep paying that bill to live in that place every month. And if that bill's high, you're tied the fuck down, and you can't do anything other than work that job, that shitty job that you have, to then pay that bill back that you naively sign yourself to pay for. And some people in London, they'll go and work their job. They're literally working for nothing, right? They'll go and work that job, and this is like the dream life, by the way. This is the dream life. This is the life that people dream of, right? A lot of people at school. This is the dream that the kind of like school kind of teaches you. You kind of work that job, you then pay that fee that's way above your means for your house, and then you've got to pay for groceries, you've got to pay bills for electricity, water, you've got to pay a car bill, you've got to pay for fuel, you've got to pay for your children if you have them. You've got to pay all these things, and you get fucked because the stuff's way too much, and then you have to keep paying that bill, to which you're then inclined to keep, and you're obliged to keep working that job. And you have to keep working that job, and then, yes, cool, you have 2 weeks off a year, cool. But you're basically working for nothing, man. So I'd much rather just work for something and just not have to just work just to live, just to keep my head above the water, because that's what everyone does. They're just keeping their head above the water, and I'm not trying to do that. I want to do the best that I can for clients. I want to be a good person in that regard. I want to do the best I can for myself, and look at myself and be like, you are the fucking best man you can be. And obviously there are going to be days where I'm not working the hardest I am, and there's going to be days where I'm working the hardest I am. But I don't want to look back in hundreds of years. I'm not going to be alive that long. Well, maybe, but I doubt it. I just want to look back in thanks to myself that I tried my best at everything that I wanted to do, and I don't have regret, because everyone has heard that quote of the bitter regret is much, much, much higher than constantly putting stuff off and not doing it, and then looking back in 100 years and be like, fuck, okay, I've just explained the same thing twice, but it's fucked. I can just imagine myself on my deathbed looking back and be like, fuck, in my 20s, all I did was, I'm just going to do the average person. All I did in my 20s was scroll TikTok, work a shitty job, went clubbing at the weekend, and kept my head above water. Now, if you're happy doing that, fair play. I'm not judging, but that's not the kind of life that I want to live. And I don't really go clubbing anyway. I'm kind of like focused in that regard. But then again, I'm not. Yeah. But yeah, the point of this series is to just like completely explain. Not completely explain, but kind of show the journey, and also keep myself accountable. Because if I'm uploading every single day, then I'm going to get somewhere, you know? Because there's always something going out, and it'll keep me accountable. And I'll be like, fuck, I've got nothing to talk about in this fucking video. I've done nothing today. So, Anyway, that's me over and out. I'm sure I'll get into much deeper topics along this journey. And yeah, this is the introduction video. Thank you for watching. If you've watched for 35 minutes, I'm sure you could have spent your time watching something much more enjoyable or doing something much more productive. But if you have watched this, by no means am I telling you that you've wasted your time, because you haven't. You've listened to the fucking king. Joking. Yeah, thank you for watching the video if you have. Appreciate you. And yeah, this is episode 1, and this is the introduction video. And from now on, I'm going to be uploading a video every single day until I hit 10k a month. And I do not care how fucking long the video is, but I will show the fuck up, and I will get to that goal. And most people are going to be thinking that this goal is way too fucking hard to achieve. But if a goal was easy, then everyone would achieve it. So it's always going to be fucking hard. And this is step 1 of the journey. There's a lot more there are a lot more days to go. So anyway, thank you for watching, and see you on day 2. Peace.